Hey everyone. So, I haven't made a video in so long, but today I wanted to talk a little bit about the law of assumption and how our negative thoughts have consequences. I've talked about how my whole life I've always thought negatively, right? Like I try to be positive a lot of times, but the mind always reverts back to negativity. I know when I was younger, I used to be a chubby kid, and that stuff kind of sticks with you. And then, not to mention that I fell off my friend's bike one time, and and I broke my two front teeth. So I was a chubby kid with two broken front teeth in middle school. It was terrible. And those middle years are like the worst because you're going through puberty. And I mean, I hit puberty pretty early, but having to go through all that and boys making fun of you and looking at you funny, and oh God, it was a mess. And so, yeah, my self-esteem was terrible at that time. And yeah, I would always think just negative thoughts, and even to this day, those negative thoughts are still like stuck in my head. Like sometimes when a guy likes me, I'm like, but why? I'm so plain. And I always come up with all these thoughts, like, your mind can just make up all these thoughts about you. Like, I know some things about me is that I'm so pale. Is what I hear a lot, is that I'm so pale, and have just brown hair and brown eyes, just plain. And my eyebrows have always been a thing for me. Like, it's just such, now it's like more of a thing to have like prompt eyebrows, like they're like, you know but I have such thick eyebrows, and I used to want them all skinny like all the pretty girls, and now they're like more like bam, like now it's in to have like eyebrows that's stand out. But even on my old YouTube videos, you can see like some of my first YouTube videos, I have those thick eyebrows. I look at those videos and I'm like, but I know that in the future I'll look at these videos and be like, what was I thinking? Because you're never happy, right? We can never be happy with ourselves. Like they say, we're our own worst enemies, right? We always have to think the worst of ourselves, but like for our friends, we don't think the bad things about them. We always like pump them up and are like, yeah, but you're this and you're that and you're pretty and you got all this going for you. But for us, we're just so negative towards ourselves. So that's one of the consequences of negative thinking, is feeling down, putting yourself down. You're just not happy with yourself, which is, I guess it's not too much of a bad thing. You exercise more, but you're just never happy. Like me, I exercise all the time. I'm 120, what am I right now? 125 pounds, which is not a lot, but I'm just so harsh on myself all the time. Like even right now, even with the law of assumption, like I try to not think the same thoughts that I've always thought about myself. It's not easy, right? It's not easy to change the way you think. So like the little chub around my belly area, I've gotten rid of it before. When I was like 107 pounds, I didn't have it, but I have it now, and I'm like, every time, like my eyes are like laser focused on that area, and like I hate that area. And so I work out trying to get rid of it, and it just doesn't want to go away. But I know it's also the way that I eat. That area right there, I think is it's your bad diet that keeps that area there. So I need to work on that. Then the worse we think about ourselves, the worse our confidence will be, right? If we think bad things about ourselves, like, oh, my body's not good, or look at this waist that I have, or my booty's not as firm as I would like it, or my hair, or whatever, it just lowers your confidence. And when you see a guy you like, and I'm sure everybody has been there, not just me, but you see a guy you like, and you're like, I don't know that I could talk to him. He's just so good looking. I don't know that I can talk to him. And so you're like nervous, you don't know what to say. Sometimes I'll walk away because I'm just too nervous to talk to him. But if you had confidence, if you thought better thoughts about yourself, like I am perfect the way I am, and whatever is not as perfect, I want to change it, you know? So yeah, I have fat around my belly area, but everything about me is very nice, actually. It sounds like you're full of yourself, but actually, what's so bad about being full of yourself? Like, I mean, everybody around you might not like it because they're like, oh, well, look at her or look at him. Like, they think they're the shit, you know? But what's so bad about it? You know, like, if you think good things about yourself, like you can do something, then you're gonna more than likely be able to do it, right? If maybe at the first try you won't be able to, but you know, you're gonna keep trying and trying because you know you're gonna be able to get it, right? So like, let's say with a guy, you know, maybe you go talk to this guy and at first he thinks you're a weirdo. All right, whatever, you know, but then you meet him, you see him again, and you start talking to him again, and you keep talking to him again. I do that sometimes with guys that I don't like, or with anybody. So when I just don't care, I go over and I start like kind of picking on them, I guess. I go and talk to them and say, hey, I call them by their name, and I go around, I start not flirting, but saying funny things to them, and little by little I win them over, and then they become my friends, and then we're like, you know, we're friends now, you know. And that can happen with a guy that you like. He might not know that you like him, but he might like you because you're just such a cool person, you know. And then you can decide whether you really do like him or not, you know, because I know I was listening to, what was I listening to today? The Black Phillip show, is that what it's called? On YouTube. And it's a show for guys. Patrice O'Neal is one of the guys on there. And he was just saying how, he was saying all these things, you know, like, you have to watch it. I was watching the first episode, and he was saying, like, he was picking on this girl that was on there, another comedian. I don't know her name, I'm sorry. But she was like, why wouldn't you do him? Why wouldn't you do him? Just because he's a fat guy? Well, it doesn't matter if he's fat. You know, what you need, because some guy called in, is you need confidence. Girls like confidence. And that's true. Girls like confidence. But if you're thinking low things about yourself, then the girl won't like you. And he was like picking on this girl and was like, would you do him just by the sound of his voice? And she was like, I don't know. And I don't know. He was just saying these kind of things like most guys would do most girls, like just by the sight of them. But girls usually need to talk to them and see them and like talk and get to know them a little bit before they make that decision, right? But yeah, if you think bad things about yourself, like me, I do that a lot. I think negative things about myself, like I'm chubby today. I feel chubby, I feel bloated, I feel like you can see my lumps, my fat rolls. If I'm wearing like tight scrubs, or at the gym sometimes if I'm wearing like a crop top, I'm like, you can see my little belly. But honestly, if you really are honest with yourself, if you really just look and pay attention, guys don't care about that. I know I've been hit on at the gym so many times on days that I even feel not so pretty. And so guys don't even care about that. Like, so just what's the use of beating yourself up? You know, like, yeah, you want to go to the gym and you want to look pretty for yourself, you know. I mean, I know that that's the way that I am. I like to look pretty. I want to have a certain physique because I just like to train. Like right now, I want to train my legs because I want those nice, big, thick legs like some of the girls have, and that big booty that girls have. Of course, right? But those nice, thick legs, oh my God, I love those legs. I mean, even on guys, I love big, strong legs. Yeah. So my assumption for that is that my muscles grow at an incredible rate. I don't even need to work out that hard. My muscles just grow. All I need to do is just get in the gym and work them out, and they're gonna grow so fast. They grow so easy, like it's no big deal. So yeah, but if I was like, why, like how are my legs gonna grow? My legs are so chubby, or I've never had legs like that. Nobody in my family has big muscles like that. It's futile to go to the gym and work out so hard for no good reason at all. Then you won't even make it to the gym, right? You won't even make it because you're already beating yourself up about it. You're already like, well, I can't do that. That's, my body just doesn't work like that. Or if you're like, if you want nice abs, there's work that you have to do, like it's not just gym and working them out, it's the way that you're eating. You have to have a low amount of fat so that your abs can show, right? So if you're saying like, yeah, I kind of want them, but I don't know that I can actually get them. I've never had them. It's just, if you kind of want it, you're probably not going to get it. You got to want it, right? You got to know that it's yours. You got to know that it's going to happen because it's easy for you. Like eating salads because my abs are going to show, that's easy. That's easy stuff, dude. Like if you talk to yourself and you say that things are hard, that something's going to be hard to get, then you're not even going to try to get it. Sometimes we tell ourselves that things are hard when they're not even that hard. Like your mind is telling you how difficult something's gonna be to do, and then once you do it, you're like, why was I so nervous about that? It was so easy. And a lot of things are, we ourselves, with our thoughts, with our negative thinking, we make things, what do they say, we catastrophize things and say, oh God, like we make up all these like scenarios in our head about how awful and horrible things are going to be, and how difficult things are going to be, when it's not that hard. Or like when we're public speaking is one thing. I know I am not that good at it, only because I tell myself these people are going to look at me, they're going to think that I don't know what I'm talking about. They're going to think all these negative things about me. They're going to look at me and notice my appearance and judge me. And when really people don't even care about that stuff. They don't care about that stuff. We ourselves are telling ourselves these negative things, and we make the scenario worse than it actually is or will be. But let's say you have to say something in front of your friends and family that and that you don't, it doesn't matter what they say about you, you're just out there to do it, right? Then it's going to be easier for you because they know you, they know what you look like. So it just comes out easy. But when you're just like, when you don't know anybody, it makes it so much harder and more difficult. And if you stumble on a word, you think you're stupid, and those are your thoughts. Those are all your thoughts, just your negative thoughts telling you all these bad things, right? But if you tell yourself, hey, this is going to be easy, it's only like a 10-minute lecture. I'm just going to go out there, get it done, do it, go home, because, I'm just tired. Like if you had done your lecture for like over and over to an audience, over and over, it's like you get more confident, more sure of yourself. And it's just like a regular thing that you do. So you just go out there, you give your lecture, and you go home. It's like, I'm just going to do it and go home because I'm hungry or whatever. Just get it done, right? Yeah, but if you were confident, if you were sure of yourself, if you had asserted yourself that everything's going to be okay, that you're great, that you're awesome, your lecture, your stuff, everything's going to be cool. Then if you stumbled on a word, then you wouldn't care. You just fix it and move on, because people don't care about that stuff, honestly. As I'm doing my law of assumption stuff, I have a couple of things that I'm working on that I'm asserting, but it's not easy, right? We look at our 3D and we see the things that are happening in our 3D, and when things aren't happening the way we want them to, the way we're asserting them to, it's easy to revert back to your negative thinking, or to say, well, it's not working, or maybe it's not working, or maybe this is all bull crap. Maybe he's telling me right now that he doesn't like me, or he's acting this certain way. And that's another thing. How do you know that this person is being a certain way because of you? I think, I don't know if I wrote it on my notes and I said it before, but it's like when you're at work and you're passing a friend, or you see a friend down the hall. I know at the hospital, that's a big place, and I see sometimes a friend down the hall and I wave at them and I say, hey, hey. Or I smile at them because maybe I'm have somebody on a wheelchair and I smile at them, hey. And they don't wave at me or smile at me. They just kind of turn and look away, you know? And I'm like, okay, like, And maybe you go over and you talk to them and you're like, hey, are you doing okay today? And you notice that they have like an attitude like, yeah, I'm okay, you know? And what are the thoughts that kind of cross your head? It's like, well, maybe they don't like me. Is there something that I did? Maybe when I walked in today, I didn't say hi. Did I say hi to them? I probably didn't say hi. They're probably upset at me. And now they're taking it out on me. And for the rest of the day, you notice that they have this like attitude, and you still like say like, you get more mad. Like, well, if they're going to be mad at me, then I'm just not going to talk to them. And they come over and they say, hey, can you help me do something? And you're like, no, I'm busy. Okay. You're like you're taking your anger out on them. And really, you don't know why they're upset. You just kind of made up this story in your head. You assumed that it was you. You're taking out your anger on them without even knowing why they were upset. If you went over and you talked to them and you were like, hey, are you mad at me? You know, like I waved at you earlier and you just ignored me. And I've noticed you've had this like kind of like, you know, like maybe there's something going on. You know, I was just wondering. Maybe they'll tell you, like, hey, well, I got a lot going on at home, or me and my boyfriend are mad at each other, or he's mad at me, or he did something to me the other day, or maybe they don't want to tell you, but they're like, no, it's not you. It's something that I'm going through about so and so. And you're like, oh, okay. Now you know that it was never about you. Because I know I've done that a lot of times too, where I'm upset at something unrelated to work, and I just can't stop thinking about it. It's just running through my head over and over. Like, what could I have done better? Like, why did I say this, or why did I say that, or why did he act this way, or when my Bella passed away, I was like so sad, and I kept reliving everything over and over in my head, and people would say hi to me, and I'd just be like, yeah, hi, like, hi. And it's not about them. It's not that I'm angry at them. It's just that I felt bad, right? I felt terrible, and I just didn't care about anything at the moment. So what about if something like that's happening to them? Like anything. It doesn't have to be about like Bella. It could be about their family, or anything. And you're assuming it's you, and now your whole day is ruined because you thought that your friend didn't like you, that they had a problem with you that they weren't telling you about. The consequences of negative thinking, right? Or if you tell yourself that you're not a good performer, you want to be a comedian, your family and friends tell you you're funny and you could be a stand-up comedian, but you yourself start bringing yourself down, like, well, if I tried, first of all, I'm not good looking, like people are going to judge me when I'm on stage, and they're going to make fun of my voice, or people are not going to laugh, or there's going to be hecklers, or you can make up a million things in your head about why that's not a good idea. And that's assuming the worst, right? You're assuming that all these bad things are going to happen, or I'm not that great. I'm not as great as Kevin Hart, or I'm not as great as Patrice O'Neal or Bill Burr or I don't know, Louis C.K. I'm not as good as these guys. So yeah, and then to have to drive all the way to the club and then perform, and I'm not even going to get paid that much at first. Like, it's going to be a total waste of time, and then I'm just going to be heckled, or people aren't going to laugh. Maybe you can tell yourself all these negative things, and then it's just going to lead you to not want to even try. But if you assume better, if you work on your assumptions and your thoughts, and you say, well, I am good. Everybody at work thinks I'm funny, and all my friends think I'm funny, and my friends think I'm funny. And yeah, I might get heckled, but I just kind of ease through it. Everybody gets heckled. I mean, if I'm not being heckled, then I'm not a comedian, probably. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody who has been a stand-up comedian has been heckled at some point. So yeah, I'll just go up there, and maybe I will mess up the first time. I mean, I want to assume the best and be like, no, I want to be awesome. I want to be awesome. They're going to love me. And yeah, I feel like I am going to be awesome. I'm going to be really good, and people are going to love everything that I say. But let's say that I do get heckled, or somebody doesn't laugh. That's okay. You know, I'm just going to use that performance to help me with my next performance. And then my next performance is going to be awesome. And if that performance has issues, then I'm going to use those issues to work on for my next performance. And that way, you know, you're getting better and better as the months or years or whatever goes by, as you're getting better with each performance that you make or have, right? And so the same goes with workouts. Maybe you don't feel like working out on this day, but I work out every day, is my assumption. I work out every day. So to not work out one day would not be me, you know? So I'll at least run on the treadmill if I don't have more time to do anything else. So if one day I'm coming home from work, or like on my busy days, usually when I'm leaving work, because I work 12 hours a day from 7 a to 7 p. And then if I'm working 2 days in a row, I have those like 4 hours in between to do something and then get ready to go to sleep and then do it again the next day, right? And I still have to get up a little bit early, so it's not like I wake up at 7 and and get home at 7. I get up at 5, get ready, start getting ready, and then drive to work, and that takes time. And then I punched in at 7, get out at 7, get home around 7:30ish, and then, you know, whatever. But let's say I had those 2 days that I'm working, and I had just a couple of hours here in between to, you know, do whatever. Or let's say that on this day, on this first day, I hit traffic and it was just slow and not moving, and it gave me less time to work out in between those 2 days. Then that's okay. You know, it's all right. Be positive and assume that it's fine. Tomorrow I'll do my workout, because I lose weight so easily, so it doesn't matter really. But I work out every day, so tomorrow I'll do my workout. As long as you're doing those positive assumptions, or working on your positive assumptions, then you will be working out on a constant basis, you know. But if you were like, yeah, everything's always in my way, like, I should have already known that working out every day was like a waste of time, because now I don't have time to do anything because of this traffic. I don't have time to do anything. I'm gonna get home and go to sleep, and tomorrow I'll work out, I guess. And now you're having that negative thinking, like, I don't work out every day. Things are always getting in my way. So the next day you're having a bad attitude about your workout. It's been hard for me to stop the negative thoughts because they're so ingrained in my psyche, or it's just a normal thing. I think it's normal for your brain to think of the negative, you know, like if you're going out to go hiking and you see a stick and you don't know exactly what it is because it's kind of far. It's better to assume that it's a snake instead of a stick, and then you get closer and then you realize, hey, it is a stick. So you just kind of toss it instead of assuming that it's a stick and walking over, you know, and like it's nothing, you know, and then seeing that it's a snake and it bites you or whatever, you know. I guess you could use that little metaphor for anything. Or if you were somewhere, I don't know where you would be, but if you were to hear rustling in the bushes, you know, it's better to assume that it's a bear and not a rabbit or some other kind of furry animal that is not going to bite you. It's better to assume, your mind will assume that it's something dangerous that you might want to watch out for. In that instance, yeah, you don't want to think, oh, it's nothing, and you get close and something's gonna tear you to pieces, right? But your mind normally wants to do that for everything else also. All right, guys. So this one was kind of like, I don't know if this one was like more of a negative one, but like a bummer kind of video. But I wanted to talk about just how our negative thinking has consequences to them, and how we need to start thinking more about our negative thoughts because they just creep into our brain. And I know it happens to me all the time. I just am living my life. I'm not thinking about every thought that I have, but every now and then I'll be like, yeah, my life is terrible. Nothing right happens for me. But if you are honest with yourself and you really looked, like for me, okay, I can only talk about me because I only know about my life. If I was honest with myself, if I'm honest with myself, I have a good life. You know, I have a good life. I have a nice house and a nice car, and I have a good job that I can pick up hours whenever I want. I am not ugly. I am good looking, even on my off days. You know, I am pretty. I have a pretty smile. I have pretty eyes. I no wonder guys like me because I'm pretty. Like I'm really pretty actually, and I have like pretty long brown hair. Even just my natural brown hair is pretty. My shape is really nice. You know, I might have a little bit of chub around me, but who cares? Guys don't care. Guys don't seem to care at all. Guys like that. You know, if I want to work on my body, then that's my right, and I can do that as much as I want to. But the way that I am good. I have nice breasts. I have nice breasts, and I have a nice butt. Um, I would like to plump it up some more, but the way that it is, it's really nice. I have good health, and my dogs have good health, and they love me, and I love them. I have, you know, my friends at work who think I'm funny. They love to talk to me. They like to have conversations with me, and I like to have conversations with them because I think we make each other laugh all the time. And we talk about sometimes the weirdest things, but hey, you know, I don't care. And so one of my goals right now is to make as many friends as I can, or to have deeper friends. So like deeper, closer friends. So yeah, that would mean that I have to put a little bit more work on my friends, or to meet new people. I love to meet new people. I mean, I love my friends, but I also love to meet new people because then you like, everybody's so different, and everybody has like knowledge, right? Everybody has a little bit of knowledge that they share with you, and then you're like, you know, I never saw it like that, or I never thought about that actually. Or if I can find somebody that loves conspiracies, that is my favorite thing. Conspiracies. I mean, I'm not a flat earther. No. Like there's some conspiracies that I'm just like, get out of my face with that, you know? But like life on other planets, or I can make up my own conspiracies, and I like talk to like some people about it, and I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, this seems kind of strange, doesn't it? And then it's actually kind of funny how people actually think the same thing sometimes, and we can get into this like crazy conversation about things. But yeah, that would be awesome. It's to like meet new people and to get into really deep, cool conversations with them would be my favorite thing to do. So I'm gonna start doing that again, putting myself out there and starting to talk to more people and have better conversations, and working on my conversations and to like really be able to like get into these really cool conversations. Um, and I was thinking, I don't know how to do it. If you guys know how to do this, let me know. But I would like to start a podcast and maybe get some friends over and talk about like conspiracies or things that are going on in the world, or I don't know, guys and girls, what, maybe have some like crazy conversations about how guys think and girls think, and have girls and guys there and they can like debate things, or I don't know. I think that would be awesome. I think that would be so, so awesome. So you guys let me know what you think about that. But I am like super excited about it. I think it would be awesome. I am at 183 subscribers. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, I get so many views on my videos. And I'm so surprised that I only have 183 subscribers. So if you guys like what you're seeing, guys, if you guys like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe. I would like to have you. I have more crazy rants. I'm gonna call them rants to put up. I've talked about this, how one of my assumptions is that I'm lazy. And so I lay around in bed sometimes and I'm just like, I just don't want to. I just don't want to today. I'm just so sleepy and I just want to lay here and watch my YouTube videos. Yeah. So I'm going to start working on making more videos for you guys. It's going to, right now we're working on the law of assumption. We're working on these kind of things. But my channel, we're always doing different things. So I've done cleaning videos. I've done organizing videos. I've done this law of assumption stuff right now. I've done workouts, working out, exercises. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, I do whatever. Maybe eventually I can also make different videos for different things. But right now I'm happy just building my channel and talking to you guys. I love when you guys like message me and like give me advice and talk to me. I have a couple of guys who watch all my videos and they are like constantly messaging me and talking to me, and I love it. I love when you guys talk to me. So yeah, I don't know. I think eventually when my channel grows, I won't be able to talk to everybody, but right now I'm very, very happy. Okay. Guys, I'm going to let you go and I'll talk to you next time, okay? All right. I love you. Bye.